I'm the youngest of 6 children in my family, and I grew up loving sports and in a pretty typical Australian kind of way, as you can tell by my beautiful accent or my lack of dress code. I've been extremely privileged to travel to more than 85 countries around the world in the last 15 years, and one of the biggest inequalities I soon noticed was my ability as a young single male travelling continuously around the world. Because I always felt the travel that I was doing was always just a bit easier, or maybe with less concerns and fear than if I'd been a female. Going off hiking in the mountains by myself, sleeping on the floors of strangers. When really travel considerations, it shouldn't matter if we are male or female. And something I've noticed across the board in all my years of travelling in many, many cultures is my privilege as a male. So it took me a long time to kind of break through my privilege as a male and to really understand it. And I remember I resisted at first, justifying it to myself, well, men get it tough too, so why should females get special treatment? But as I spoke to females, listened, and really started to analyse society around me, I finally began to understand and realise women aren't asking for special treatment, they're only asking for equal treatment. And that was like almost an epiphany for me. And all the women are going, yeah, of course, that's right. So I created a concept that helps frame these big issues like gender equality, but also to think of practical and tangible actions for them. And it's called teaspoons of change. And these are personal choices, decisions and actions that have a positive impact on people and the planet, creating positive change. Now, each of these little small but significant teaspoons of change actually fit into a greater context, a global context, the global goals for sustainable development, and global goal number 5, dedicated to gender equality. But here's the thing, is that when we act personally and locally, we are impacting globally and working towards solving some of the big issues for all of humanity. But it has to start in our own homes and with ourselves. And in teaspoons of change is kind of the metaphor that I think that can help us get there. Men, we need to really listen and learn on what we can do for gender equality. So we can see that in our own homes, in our workplaces, and in society in general. Often we have to be brave in the face of backlash, maybe from other men and probably even some females, when we do stand up on gender equality. But just remember, women have had to endure this, often violently, throughout the course of history. I hope we can all add our little teaspoons of change, because it's about time that we work together to make gender equality reality. Thank you very much.